AITA for telling my mom she needs to work on her issues with the name of my niece/her granddaughter? My brother and Nasael had their daughter 2 months ago and they name her Ren. My mom had a very visceral reaction when she learned the name. I, 17F, was home with her when the text came through and she went on a talking to herself rant about it. My mom basically grumbled the whole way to the hospital when we went to meet the baby the next day and was very short about the name. She actually asked my brother why we had to say the name so much. He was shocked because mom never talks to us like that and she's generally a really easygoing to excitable person. I tried not to bring it up, but mom has vented to me about how much she hates the name. She even made a comment to my brother about it and he told her to deal with the dislike because Ren's name isn't changing. It was a week ago when mom confessed why the name bothered her so much. She said she had some trauma related to family members who all had nature names and animal names more specifically, and it felt like a curse or a bad omen to use the name. I let mom talk and she didn't give a lot of specifics, but I can see why she might have some fear about it, and I guess that fear comes out as disgust and anger. I told mom I was sorry for what had happened and suggested she work through that in therapy because Ren's name isn't changing and doesn't she wanted to enjoy her granddaughter without all this fear inside of her that bubbles over into anger. I told her the issues with the name are hers to work through at the end of the day. My mom seemed so frustrated with me when I made the suggestion and she pulled back and has been moodier since. She seems so on edge and angry with me. AITA.
Story 2.
AITA for kicking my brother's girlfriend out when she kept screaming at people? My 29F brother, Cody, 25M, and I never had our dad in our lives and our mom passed 3 years ago. We're really all the family we have left. Currently, we live together, splitting rent on a condo. Cody is dating Shannon, 24F. I really like her and we have had no issues until now. Last week, Cody was seriously injured. I'm his emergency contact and was told he was at the hospital. When I arrived, Cody's boss, Martin, was there. Cody and Martin have a great relationship, much better than most bosses and employees, so he was just as worried. And not in a, oh crap, what will this do to the company, but a, I'm really concerned a kind of way. Shannon arrived not long after I got there. Immediately, she began screeching at Martin, asking how he could let this happen, etc. Martin was shocked and said he wasn't even around when it happened. Cody wasn't even at the main offices, he got into an accident on his way to a different site. It was in no way the company's fault. I tried telling Shannon that blaming people wasn't going to help and we needed to focus on Cody. Eventually, we got to see Cody and thankfully, he was okay, for the most part. Shannon was continuing to freak out on medical staff and honestly stressing Cody a lot. Even the nurse told me to take a walk with Shannon because she wasn't helping things. I did so and told Shannon I understood this was scary but she needed to take a breath. She apologized and said she was stressed. I totally understood. Cody came back to the condo and has been on bed rest. His work has given him paid leave and is covering all of the bills. On Friday afternoon, I was doing the dishes and suddenly heard screaming coming from Cody's room. I go in there to find Shannon standing by his bed. Cody is on a Zoom call with Martin and a few other higher-ups discussing the accident. Shannon is screaming at them that they better not let anything else happen to him, that they're lucky Cody didn't sue and that they're all AH. Cody looks embarrassed and keeps telling her to stop. Martin says they'll talk later and ends the call. When I ask what happened, Cody says that he was discussing the company car that was totaled in the accident and when he could expect to get a new one. Shannon interrupted their conversation out of nowhere and flipped out. Cody looked exhausted so I told Shannon to follow me. I asked her to leave. I said she is putting Cody's job at risk and she can't go around screaming at everyone. She told me she's just stressed. I said, I get it. It was terrifying to get that call and see him like that. But Cody doesn't need everyone screaming, especially at people who have been nothing but nice. She got irritated and said she wasn't going to go unless Cody asked her. I said it was my condo too and I didn't want her there. So, she left. Cody isn't mad at me, but he also says he wouldn't have cared if she stayed. Shannon, however, is pissed at me and feels I was diminishing her feelings. AITA.